I know one of those guys backstage that was pulling for you was a fella by the name of Shane Helms, because I had a podcast with him, gosh, almost 8 years ago. And weekly we would talk about, he would rave about you. He was managing you at that time. And this is a guy who has quite literally done everything in wrestling: singles, tag, trios, heavyweight, cruiserweight, serious, comedy. He was an amateur wrestler. He knows MMA. So he's got a pretty good eye for talent. So I was not surprised when you blew up the way that you did, hearing Shane Helms speak on you that much. What was that like working with him and then going to WWE, where he is a producer now?
It was absolutely incredible. Shane has done so much for my career. Like you said, and TNA, when I first got to work with him, that's where he, started to really become a producer. That was his first shot being a producer, was in TNA at that time as well. So it was cool that, and like I said, at the time I was very poor, and he would get a free hotel room and he would let me stay with him because, it would save all the money that we could. And then I would get to hang out with him and get to hear those stories and get to hear his knowledge. So then to be able to meet back up in WWE was so cool, because he didn't stop lending that hand. The last thing that I did in WWE, to me, that was the absolute coolest, was Shane was actually, Logan Paul's kind of handler.
Yes.
And so when he would go to help him, Shane's not taking bumps anymore.
Of course.
He'll talk his trash, but he ain't taking the bumps no more.
He's very good at it, though.
Right.
He's very good at talking that trash.
So when he needed a guy to be that bump dummy, he requested me to do that. So I got to be a part of, that learning process, that producing process of watching him call those matches, those big Logan Paul matches. And, the last match that I got to be a part of was the Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton match at WrestleMania. So to be able to sit there and shadow and, legends like that call a match for WrestleMania, the biggest show of the year. And, it's incredible, right? So that was very cool, being able to sit in Gorilla while that match is going on and hear spots that I got to help with, get the reactions that we thought they would get on that stage. It was very cool. So it was a very big high. And then, 2 weeks later, I get the call that they're releasing me. Right. So I have, a lot of energy that I want to show that I can use. Right.